Except, now, I'm getting straight up real. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. From all the photos, the video reviews, the commentaries, even the pricing of this figure, I was not gonna get it like at all. I had, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I am appreciative of both Hasbro and Takara Tomy going out their way to get all these different, collaborations of different IPs or just items and creating characters that has some form of impact in our lives. Like for it, pretty much all they're doing is producing toys or representation out of nostalgia novelty items. Pretty much, that's what they are. They're a nostalgic novelty item, and there's nothing wrong with that. These crossover line is actually creative. Some of them were great hits. Some of them were like, eh. I mean, I just feel like this one has such great potential, but the execution, from what I've seen, like I said, from the photos, the reviews, and all that other stuff, it, in my opinion, didn't seem worth it. Especially the price. From what that I've seen, it was going for from other Transformer web stores, wasn't worth it. In my opinion, I'm not saying it's a good or bad figure. I'm just saying that's just how I took in all the information. However, one day I went to a video gaming store and I just happened to see this figure going for a really cheap price. And that made me pretty much have like a battle of, should I get it? Should I not? Is it worth it? I know what's wrong with it. This and that. But as you can see, I end up getting it because the price they had it going for, I legit can't argue with. It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, if I don't get it that moment, I know somebody else gonna see the price and end up buying it. So as you see, I now own one. Now, my original plan was to just keep it in this packaging, treat it like it's an eye candy. Never taking it out the packaging, out the box. But the thing is, for those of you that knows me, know that I have to transform my figures. I mean, all the figures that I own, I've always taken them out the box. I transform them just to see how they works and everything like that. So I was gonna actually not do it this time, but I couldn't help myself. Now, during the process, and I literally just transformed it for the first time like earlier, probably I'd say about a good 10 minutes ago, and then I did a quick fix, and I pretty much wanted to share it with you guys. So, from the photos, I mean, right now he's leaning back a little bit, but from the photos, we've all seen it, especially in video reviews. His head would be sunken in his chest, and as you can see, it is not doing that at all. Now, here's the reason. Oh, also, just to show you guys, I didn't follow the exact instruction how to transform it. Matter of fact, I didn't even use the instruction because I do not like the whole flying nun action. This thing was going on, especially when they also said they want, where the placement of the wing would be lower, like more to his midsection than where I have it right there. So I did a little changes to benefit me visually. So, but anyway, here's what I've done. I'm gonna grab this figure, make it towards the light. Okay, as you can see, you see that little stem that's attached to the chest. Believe it or not, that's actually molded into the chest. And then there you see a platform where the head sits on. Now, when you transform this figure, about to try not to let it fall. It doesn't have great heel support, as you can see. It had, you would think these back wing would sort of be slanted, but as you can see, it's not exactly flat. So it's pretty much the turbo. So trying to get him to stand can be, a bit cumbersome. But anyway, I might as well just hold it. Anyway, as I was saying, actually, there we go. So, as I mentioned, that stem is attached to this chest. This piece folds up, and this actually raises up to cover his face when he goes into his Blackbird mode. Now, you can see from the size, those gray bits, that's what holds the chest, kind of like levers to move it up or move it down. Now, as I already showed from, let me see if I can put the light on. Light is not that great, but from what I showed earlier, there it is. As you can see, that stem is attached to the chest. So when it goes up or when you move it down, it actually pushes that neck platform down, which gives this figure the sunken head situation, where it seems like there's no neck. Now, what I did as I was transforming it, because this was up, it has a bit of a cavity right there, so I stuck my finger up to hold up the neck platform. I held it up right, and I angled that lever that's on the chest more at an angle to go under the neck piece, so that way it can pretty much be bam right down where it's properly located. Because as you can see, as I move the head, you can see he do have a neck. He can even have good, decent articulations and stuff. So he do have a neck. It is there. But another thing I also noticed was when I was doing that, his head sculpt, well, the neck, wasn't 100% in the neck platform, which was weird because what it was also doing, because once I did all this, it was still sinking down. And I figured, oh, maybe it's because it's not in all the way, which I was correct. So I pushed it down a little bit more, but because I had closed the chest, I had to use my screwdriver, which is right here, and I can see the gap cavity right. I put it right under here, held it up as I pushed down the head sculpt to be 100% more in, and also as I was doing that, I also noticed the neck platform was still able to move up more. So once I was done plugging the head in, the connection in from the neck platform and the neck, I pushed this up more, the neck platform, and it doesn't click into place, but it does actually snap into place, where it's pretty much, as you can see, it's not letting the head sink into the chest. So I figured, oh, that's probably the reason. Now, with that being said, I don't know if it's being held by friction or if there's an actual, like, clip support system or anything, but it seemed very soft. But it can actually snap into place where the head is up, and it still has, like I already showed, it still has the head articulation where you can turn it. It can look down, it can look up, all that other stuff. It can turn side to side. There's nothing wrong with it. So, and plus, if you notice, his head is not sinking at all. So, with that being said, yeah, it only took me like probably a good couple seconds, less than 2 minutes. Trying to make sure the chest isn't all the way. So, yeah, it took like less than 2 minutes, and it was like an easy fix. However, I will have some. Oh, if you're interested in how I did the wing portion, as you can see, I kept this part angled, and there's this connection piece that goes into the Blackbird. I didn't use the upper part, but I used it right there, and that's where it gives him the proper location for the wing. I will give criticism about this block piece. This stuff, yeah, that should have been done a lot better. I mean, the fact that it's literally directly behind the head sculpt, it is questionable and stuff. But yeah, like I said, I just literally took it out the packaging, and oh, as you can see, it's not really hindering anything, but still, it just, that block piece, I just feel like this should have been done way better. Now, I can't complain that much because how cheap I got it for, but if I had got it for the price that other Transformer web stores were selling it, I probably would have been a little bit more upset or pissed. But as you can see from right here, from the chest, that's where the other end of that gray lever that I was showing from up here. So, like I said, you can be able to fold this chest piece out and have that stem be more angled inward, so it's not that hard. So yeah, that's my quick fix. I just thought I'd give you guys a heads up about it, and For those of you that have this figure, then hopefully this helped you out. For those of you that were pretty much like not really interested or was inclined not to purchase it, I fully understand. I'm in the same boat. But if you're still interested in getting this figure, there's a way to fix it. Alright then, later.